Hi everyone, it's Nubian Sun Ra back with another video, giving it to you as raw as I can. RAW raw. Well, I just wanted to speak my 2 cents on something that's being advertised on the media about wars breaking out in like Russia or some other place in the world, something like that. I don't watch the news, so I'm not completely sure of what is being said. But I do know that anything that the media kick out is some type of mental magic. It's either a psychic attack or it's confirmation light codes that is sent from the universe. And, there's people that don't believe that the media has any of those, messages for us that come from the divine through the media. But I believe or know, I like to use the word know, that God works through all things. So with that being said, there is good and bad in everything. I always say that. So I also know that there are psychic attacks through the media as well. And a lot of times it's scare tactics to have a person to self-doubt not only their worth and position, but also in the power of themselves and what their mind can do. It's like you're being hacked, whenever you are being a target for a psychic attack and it actually works. And now you have a virus in your mind that's planting seeds of self-doubt, empowerment, like taking it away, your power and your faith is being tried, things like that. And I just feel like whenever they do that, they're stealing energy as well. So we should be mindful of what we put our attention on and see if it matches with our intentions of what we actually want to manifest, because you can't do both at the same time. You have to pick one. You either have to go by faith and manifest your dreams, or keep up with the Joneses or the medias and what's hot, what's going on. Because if you try to do both and you're not deprogrammed already to the point where you can see through and dodge the psychic attacks, there's levels and not everybody's at that level. So a lot of times you do have to stay away from the media while you are building your consciousness and awareness and your defense, because we have to have a strong mind to combat all these things. That means raising your vibration, your frequency. So a lot of times you do have to stay away from the media and stay away from worldly things until you get there. But for those who are there, we can see through everything that is being said, and you can tell what's a load of bullshit from, what is just something that they're trying to manifest, and trying to make happen, and the differences, But I said my 2 cents on that. But I would just like to give y'all a reminder, to have your defense strong. You can't let anything penetrate it, because then you can be taken over by the ideas, thought forms, join in agreements with things, with people, spirits that you do not want to manifest or be involved in your life or within yourself, So to make sure your defense is up, to make sure that you are not blindsided or caught off guard by these psychic attacks, subliminals, you have to raise your vibration. So it's good to practice meditation and also get into wordplay maybe. Lately I've been looking up a lot of words, and the universe, if you tapped in enough, they will give you words to research, and you can actually get a deeper meaning of words and perspectives, doing research, basically. Like, not only reading. A lot of people say pick up a book and read. That's good and all, but doing research is also an effective way, and you can do research on just about anything. One of my other videos I said you can research the spiritual meaning of animals, the spiritual meaning of what physically happens to the body, study the mind and how it works, psychology. Just study things that has to do with the 3D world, so you can get a keen sense and idea of spirituality and how it will manifest and how it will work. That's just an idea that works for me. And how it works for me is whenever we are seeking information by researching, that's how you get downloads a lot of times. It's like that's how 2 and 2 comes together. A lot of times things do not just fall in your lap. You actually have to search for it. And the search for it is what brings it to you. You align and attract it to yourself because you are making an executive decision to seek. So that's just an idea. And let me see and make sure that's all I want to speak on. Oh, yeah. Being tried while chosen. I always say that there is a wide perspective of what chosen may be and what it means. But if you qualify and resonate with being a chosen one, then you know that there's not only levels of chosen, but there's levels of consciousness to an awareness of knowing what kind of chosen you are, because with every level is a different deal. For example, like if you are working in the 3D and you are a chosen targeted individual, which means you are targeted by the government because you know some shit, or you just do not comply with what type of programming they're trying to put us under, then you will be chosen in that way and on that level of consciousness. And some people, it's more than one consciousness, but that's just an example. And chosen ones that are chosen on that level also go through a lot of discrimination when it comes to advertisement commercials, stereotypes, that has a lot to do with either how you look, like a skin color, ethnicity, culture, weight, things like that. So that's just an example of being targeted in that way. And then you have people who are targeted based on spiritual senses, and that doesn't always manifest in the 3D unless you haven't had the consciousness to realize that its spirit's working through people is not really a 3D issue, and that's a different level as well. So it's just on I say that to say depending on the level of chosen targeted individual, you may categorize yourself as, you have to have an understanding or an understanding that everyone has their own time, place, and situation. So you can't really be mad and upset with someone who isn't really at the state of consciousness that you're at, and because they're moving in their own purpose and in they're staying in their lane. I say that because there's a lot of people that's activists in the street, and they do their jobs and from their level of consciousness on a 3D. They do activations. They're being activists in the 3D world, like moving in action, moving that way. And then you have people who works best in the spiritual realm, because that's where their power is. That's where they are supposed to work with, what they're supposed to work with. We can only work with what we have, and then so they'll be upset and they'll say like things like, oh, all you people dreaming and no one's doing X, Y, and Z, and everybody needs the da 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 da. And I just feel like that's setup energy. And I say that because if you put someone at a place at the wrong time, somewhere where they're not supposed to be at, that's being agent in a way, because now you're trying to change that person's destiny, and it can change that person's destiny because they're somewhere where they're not supposed to be at, So I don't really trust them type of people, but maybe they just don't know. I don't know. But a lot of times I feel like they do be knowing, but they're just trying to see, what person they can sucker into actually stepping off their square or out of their lane to do something that they're not called to do, And I feel like it's an energy. It's a spiritual intent that's just coming and manifesting in the 3D as, oh, we need to do this because we have all of these terrible events and injustice happening. And, it don't always work like that. Everybody have to stay in their lane, It's very important that we do. That's just my opinion. And I feel like there's actually more examples that I could give, on how people can become agents with or without knowing, because some people, they just don't really have the capacity at that moment from experience to understand how real spirituality is in the war that we fight with spirits and stuff. So for them, it might seem like it's an illusion that they don't want to participate in, you know. But that's what I'll be saying on my videos. What I'm trying to express is that there is levels to the shift. There's levels to consciousness, but we have to educate ourselves on the different levels and respect it. At least hear somebody out. You know, we can't just all look at each other like we don't know, like you don't know what you're talking about. You know, because there's truth in everything. And we don't always have to agree on everything. But it's a time where we have to come together, because when it's time, it's time. At the end of the day, that's where I'm coming from. That's how I'm coming, you know. So yeah, that's all I would like to say for this video. I hope you all are drinking your water, earthing, saying your affirmations, you know, meditating, and loving yourself. Peace and love.